the New England Patriots certainly signed a lot of players this week, and they signed guys whose names we know. Hunter Henry's a name people know. Jonnu Smith for the Titans, the high-profile team. Decent year last year. He's a name people know. Aguilar, for reasons because of the Philadelphia News Wookie, a name people know. With the guy said, I didn't drop that baby like Nelson Aguilar, put him on blast. It became a meme. And Bourne to a lesser extent. Judon, I think, is the best player the Patriots signed, effective player. Put him aside for a moment. I just want to throw this at Jet fans because I don't get what the buzz is about with the Pats and the players they signed. They signed 4 guys here. They signed Bourne, Aguilar, Henry, and Smith to contracts that in 2022, next year, if they keep all 4 of those guys and don't restructure the deals, you're talking about $48 million guaranteed. Go check it out, guys. To those 4 players, that's about 20% of the salary cap. That's 4 guys that have never, not one of those players has had 1,000 yards. Not one of those players has made a Pro Bowl. Hunter Henry's never played a full season in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Jonnu Smith is good, but Jonnu Smith had 448 yards last year, his best season of his life. You know? I mean, Bourne last year had his best year. I think he didn't even have 700 yards. Aguilar, I think, also another guy that had his best year last year. So the blueprint in the NFL normally isn't to sign guys, multiple guys, take a whole bunch of chances on guys that just had their best year. And prior to that, have no track record of success. The Patriots not only did that, they gave them big money while they did it. Big time money. Like Mike said, I'd much rather have Corey Davis than Bourne or Aguilar. I mean, the cap hit for Aguilar next year is $15 million. He signed a 2-year, $22 million, $15 million next year. This year, all those deals are pretty decently cap friendly because they kind of backloaded them. But I don't know. I didn't know if I was missing something because their quarterback is still Cam Newton. Now, if the Patriots are going to reinvent offense in the NFL, I must have missed the memo. Because Cam Newton, I mean, let me throw some stats at you, some more stats, since we're just going to bury the Patriots in some of these moves they've made, because this is fun. Since 2018, Cam Newton has started 17 games. In those 17 games, he has 8 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. In 17 games. His quarterback rating is about a 79. We're talking about a guy that has one 4,000-yard year. I know that's not what he does. Don't get me wrong. But he has one of those. It was when he was a rookie. And you go look at Cam's output when it comes to yards, 3,800, 3,500, 3,300, 2,600 last year. Okay, this is a diminishing asset. A diminishing asset. Cam Newton, everyone said, well, he ran the ball last year, 592 yards. Had 137 carries. Take your calculator out and you see it's the lowest yards per carry of his career. What I'm wondering is with that quarterback in place, you add marginal mediocre talent around him. Okay, I don't know what I'm missing, Mike. Here, for some reason is their offense going to be dominant next year? Because Hunter Henry is good, Jonnu Smith is good, but then you go look and you're like, wow, neither of those guys has ever really had like a huge year. They're not Travis Kelce. You know, they're not Kittles. And you can run the two tight end sets all you want. They'll probably have a good defense. But I just don't see how that offense, which was pathetic last year, is all of a sudden going to do a 180 with the talent they added. I mean, what do you think, Mike?
I think they have psychological issues with the fact that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl and Belichick's just sitting there holding his spilt milk, you know, or looking at his spilt milk. I mean, it's just doesn't make sense. It's not what the Patriots do. Right.
I think when it comes to the Pats, like when you lose, they lost Nate Solder, Malcolm Butler, Trey Flowers, Trent Brown, Dwayne Allen, Malcolm Brown, Tom Brady, and Jamie Collins all in free agency the last 2 or 3 years, that team, right?
Yeah.
And coincide that with the fact they have not drafted a Pro Bowl player since 2013. Okay, so you lose all those guys they lost, I just mentioned. You don't draft anybody. The other GM would have been fired, right, guys? And you lose Tom Brady, that's the biggest cog in the wheel, right? And you get yourself in the situation you're in now, where, hold on, my intern threw me one more stat. I just want to double check on this. Where, Bill Belichick's record with the Browns is 36-44. His first year without Brady was 5-11. Guys, that's 41-55. me throw some at you guys, just food for thought for Jet fans here, because this is what we give you. We give you these little tidbits on A.E.B.G. His winning percentage without Tom Brady, obviously, he's never won a playoff game without Tom Brady, but his winning percentage with no Tom Brady is .46. So if you go ahead and take a look at the type of coaches that have a better winning percentage than Bill Belichick without Tom Brady, names like Dan Quinn come up, and Rex Ryan, and Jerry Glanville, and Dave Wannstedt. Knock yourself out, everybody. Go take a look. The laundry list of mediocre coaches are above him without Tom Brady. That's just food for thought. Just throwing at you. Joe Walton, Weeb Ewbank, Walt Michaels, and Rex Ryan, all those Jet coaches that we go on here and bash, all have a better winning percentage than Bill Belichick does without Tom Brady.